It's going to be a tough fight for both guys. It's going to be mentally tough. It's going to be physically tough. Usyk is a mover. He's not hard to. He's hard. Oleksandr Usyk hasn't lost a fight, and you know he wants to keep that going. He wants to be the heavyweight that hasn't lost a fight. So both guys want something from this, and it's going to be a mental challenge and a physical challenge.
I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think he can win it. You know, I'm not going to disrespect Oleksandr Usyk. He is, according to a lot of people, the best heavyweight of his generation, which is brilliant, because if Tyson beats him, he then becomes the best heavyweight of his generation. I wouldn't disrespect him at all. He's done everything that's been asked of him. You know, as an amateur, as a pro, he's undefeated.
It's going to be a tough fight for both guys. It's going to be mentally tough. It's going to be physically tough. Usyk is a mover. He's hard to hit. Former undisputed heavyweight Lennox Lewis has broken down the Oleksandr Usyk vs Tyson Fury rematch and expects both fighters to perform at their peak. Lennox Lewis shared that both fighters would have to give it their best shot in order to win, and claimed that Oleksandr Usyk hasn't lost yet and he will try to keep it that way. Lewis claimed that the fight will be a huge mental and physical challenge for Usyk and Fury. Oleksandr Usyk hasn't lost a fight, and you know he wants to keep that going. He wants to be the heavyweight that hasn't lost the fight, so both guys want something from this, and it's going to be a mental challenge and a physical challenge. Tyson Fury's promoter Frank Warren shared that he doesn't want to disrespect Oleksandr Usyk by saying that he will lose to Tyson Fury, but Warren believes that it is true. Frank claimed that Usyk is the best of his generation, which is a blessing in disguise, because once he is beaten then Tyson will be the best of his generation. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think he can win it. You know, I'm not going to disrespect Oleksandr Usyk. He is, according to a lot of people, the best heavyweight of his generation, which is brilliant, because if Tyson beats him he then becomes the best heavyweight of his generation. I wouldn't disrespect. Respects him a toy. He's done everything's been asked him. You know, as an amateur, as a pro, he's undefeated. Moreover, Lewis shared that this fight would be an absolute banger, and he was prompted to view his own fight with Evander Holyfield. Lennox commented that the only difference he found was that one guy was serious and the other one was not, and Tyson Fury lost because of his clowning. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a serious fight. You know, after the first fight I actually went and watched my and a Holyfield fight, and I was like, what's different about our fight compared to Tyson Fury Oleksandr Usyk? And let me show you the difference. The difference is one guy was more serious than the other guy. You could say Tyson Fury lost that fight. The former light welterweight champion Amir Khan weighed in on the rematch during an interview with Box Nation. Khan knows a thing or two about big fights, and he thinks that Fury's history of improving in rematching could be the key. Amir stated, good fight. I think this time Fury knows what mistakes he made in the first fight. He knows that he can't stand in front of a strong Usyk. Usyk still has a lot of power, and Fury's felt that power now, knowing Usyk's come up a weight and still holds that strength. I think Fury's going to be one step ahead. Whenever Fury comes back in a rematch he's always much better, so he could probably stop Usyk toward the later rounds. Furthermore, Lennox Lewis pointed out that Tyson Fury would have to put in a tremendous amount of effort if he wants to win against Usyk. Lewis also shared that Tyson has put on a lot more weight and he will be using that to his advantage. Now it's a situation where they're having another fight. Tyson Fury has to win that fight, so he's going to be more focused. He's going to put a little bit more weight on to get through this fight, and he's a lot more serious. British promoter Eddie Hearn shared his prediction for the rematch, and he picked Oleksandr Usyk. Hearn commented that it's very difficult for Tyson Fury to win, even though there are so many people picking him as the champion. Eddie thinks that Usyk's ability to digest information is phenomenal and he will beat Fury technically. I think it's going to be an incredibly close fight. I think the last one was as well, but I just think with what we saw from Usyk in the first fight, with his ability to digest information, and I think it's very difficult to pick against him. I want Fury to win. I think he's capable of winning. I think he's going to have to do something extraordinary, which we've seen him before. Amir Khan also shared some inside information on Usyk's preparation, making it clear the Ukrainian isn't taking this fight lightly. Khan commented, I was speaking to Usyk on FaceTime about 8 months ago and the guy was already training. He was doing his swims and everything, and I was like, this guy's a beast, a true sportsman and warrior. It's going to be a great fight. Fury 60-40. Furthermore, Lennox Lewis shared that Tyson Fury is an up-and-down kind of fighter who has good times and bad times. Lewis revealed that he never runs from a challenge and he is making his way back up to the top. Lewis even shared that Anthony Joshua ran away from Deontay Wilder, but Fury took the fight without a second thought since he likes challenging himself. Well, the fact that it is his first loss, and he's an up-and-down fighter, he knows how to come back and he knows what he need to do, and basically he just has to get started from the beginning. He has to win 8 out of the 12 rounds to win the fight, and I think knows what he needs to do. He needs that challenge. He's up for challenges. You know, when Deontay came over and challenged Anthony Joshua and Anthony Joshua didn't take the challenge, he flew over to America and challenged Deontay, so he's always up for a challenge like that. Former boxing legend Mike Tyson has picked his favorite for the rematch, and looks like he's taking Fury's side. Tyson declared, Usyk is the best heavyweight in the world at the moment, but I'm going for Fury to beat him. Why? Because I'm a fan, because his father gave him my name. I'm not abandoning him now. Frank Warren, on the other hand, disagrees with Eddie Hearn and shared that Usyk couldn't finish the job in the first encounter and Fury will definitely win the rematch. Warren highlighted that Tyson is used to people counting him out before each fight or rematch, and it doesn't change the fact that he will come out on top. Well, I've not got a level, laughter. Head I think Tyson will win it, and I think he'll stop him. Yeah, well, son's used to that. You know, when he fought Wilder the first time, the other guy was the favorite. When he fought Klitschko was the favorite. When he fought Wilder the second time, Wilder was favorite, so he's used to that. That's, you know, that's bookmakers' opinions. For me, you know, as you just said, there was nothing in the fight. I thought he just nicked it, but there was nothing in that fight. It was a split decision, and what PE, you know, as much the standout round obviously for anybody who's watching it was the 9th round when Tyson was in trouble, and he was in trouble, but he recuperated and come out, and US couldn't finish the job. Additionally, British boxer David Adelaide recently disclosed that he sparred with Tyson Fury before his rematch with Deontay Wilder and anticipates a tremendous stoppage in the upcoming rematch with Usyk. Adelaide mentioned that Fury should replicate his approach from the Wilder rematch by asserting his dominance over his opponents, impose himself a bit more. You know, you watched the fight against Wilder in the rematch when he imposed himself. I remember as sparring a Fury for that fight, and he said, yeah, I'm putting on this fight. Everyone was like, what he said, I'm putting on that was for the rematch, I'm just going to bring it to him, and he went out there and did exactly that. So I thought he was going to kind of have the same sort of game plan going against us. Cruiserweight prospect Jay Opaya is Fury's former sparring partner and has faith in the Briton since he is impressed with his new and improved physique. Opaya also mentioned the improved mindset of Tyson Fury by stating, I feel like in this fight we're going to see a version of Fury that we haven't seen for a long time, a hungry Fury who knows he can be beaten if he doesn't perform well. Moreover, Lennox Lewis broke down Tyson Fury's previous encounter and shared that if Fury feels that his corner doesn't need to change, then he should go with the same people. Lennox claimed that Fury's dad and his trainer Sugar Hill are tremendous people, and Tyson knows who he is comfortable with well if he's happy with the same team. And you know, obviously a lot of people would think there's a lot of noise in the corner, but he knows how to pick out, you know, the what he needs to hear. You know, obviously his dad is the biggest noise in the corner. He's being with him for life. His dad, so he's going to recognize his dad's voice and what his dad is saying. But Sugar is a great trainer as well. Lennox Lewis pointed out that both fighters are exceptional, but Usyk has tremendous footwork and movement. Lewis shared that Oleksandr knows how to control his movements and he will punch and then get out of range. On the other hand, Lennox commented that he would like to see Tyson put on some size and use his weight, height and reach to his advantage. They both have great boxing, you know. Usyk is a mover. He's not hard to, he's hard to hit, and he knows what to do. He goes in there, he'll punch, he's with you for a second, then he's out of range, so it's a tit for it. You know, both guys are going to be using their brains, their ring intelligent, the ring IQ. Tyson Fury, he's got the size 69, he moves well, he needs to get that jab going. I like Tyson with a little bit more weight. Maybe he'll come in with more weight this time. In a conversation with Fight Hub former Champion Sean Porter commented on Tyson Fury's first fight with Usyk and said, "I think it's Tyson Fury's fight to lose. He was bigger, he was stronger, he was sharper from the outside, a lot of things than Usyk. I think he had a moment where he got complacent and he paid for it by losing the fight." Sean Porter made his prediction for the first fight and picked Tyson Fury as the favorite despite his previous loss. Sean comment.